He was one of the very first Democrats, if not the first, to jump into the 2020 presidential race with a central campaign promise to provide Americans with a universal basic income. Joining us now is New York and Silicon Valley tech entrepreneur and former CEO of Venture for America, now presidential candidate, Andrew Yang. Andrew, thanks so much for joining us today. Some of our viewers are probably admittedly unfamiliar with your candidacy, but you've been on the trail for a year now, and your campaign says you've got a pretty clear path to the first round of Democratic debates. Lay out the next year and a bit for us.
Sure thing. So, as you said, the first Democratic debates are in June, and we're well on the way to making it there. I'm already polling at 1% nationwide, and most people have still never heard of me. And we're going to achieve the other threshold, which is 65,000 individual donations by May 15th. We're getting 1,000 to 2,000 new donations a day, and we'll easily clear that mark. So we're very excited to be on that debate stage in June, along with the other Democratic candidates.
So, Andrew, is most of your funding coming from these folks? Who's funding most of your campaign?
Well, I'm happy to say we've raised over $400,000 from over 20,000 donors in the last 2 weeks alone. And most of that's from Americans right here in Ohio and around the country who realize that the economy is being changed fundamentally by new technology. The reason why Donald Trump is our president today is that we automated away 4 million manufacturing jobs in Michigan, Ohio, Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, and other swing states. And that's why we need to be honest with the American people that not only are those industries being affected, but soon retail, call centers, truck driving, and on through the economy. And that's why I'm running for president.
Okay, so tell me about universal income. As I understand it, the way you see it, the plan is for Americans nationwide to get about $1,000 a month each. Tell us how you're going to pay for that.
Well, right now, the big winners from artificial intelligence and all these new innovations are going to be Amazon, Google, Facebook, the biggest tech companies in the world. And you can see in the headlines, Amazon literally paid zero in federal taxes last year, despite having a record profit of $11 billion. Netflix, same thing, zero in federal taxes, despite record profits. So what we need to do is we need to put a new value-added tax in effect that would help harness the gains from all these new technologies and bring those gains right here to Ohio and to the American people in the form of a $1,000 dividend per adult per month, the freedom dividend.
Is that, quick question, is that taxable or is it protected?
The $12,000 you receive per year would not be taxable, but it might push your income up into a point where it does get taxed.
So how much is this going to cost writ large? Have you come up with a number?
Well, if you look at our current spending, we're already spending about $1.5 trillion on several hundred programs, including food stamps and other programs that we can get a lot of the money from by providing a dividend that ends up being a better option for many people who are enrolled in those programs. And the value-added tax on the technology companies I described would generate about $800 billion in new revenue, which, combined with current spending, all the economic activity from having this money in Americans' hands, as well as cost savings and value gains from having a stronger, healthier, better educated population, would be enough to pay for a dividend of $1,000 per month.
So just a couple seconds last, Andrew, for our viewers here, yet you say the policy proposal isn't socialist, right?
No, it's capitalism where income doesn't start at zero. And I'm a CEO and business person. What's really good for markets is where people have money to spend. And my friends who are CEOs in Silicon Valley and other parts of the country know that that's the way the economy works.
All right, Andrew, we got to leave it there, but we will have you back soon. Thanks so much for your time today.
Thanks so much, Jillian. It's great to be here with you.
Leland.